Okay, so I'm working on my mental and physical health, as well as rebuilding my career and focusing on my life and finding a purpose that sparks joy and brings me happiness. And these are all really important issues. But another part of that is spirituality and faith and religion, whatever you may call it. For me, I was born and baptized Catholic. I was born a New York Italian, the son of an Italian Catholic mother, and a father who was both Jewish and Italian Catholic. His mother was Jewish and survived the Holocaust. His father was an immigrant that came here from Italy and built everything up from nothing and then sent money back to the old country to support the family. So, my mom, who I don't know, my biological mom died when I was very young, and then my dad married a Southern Baptist woman, a true Southern belle. So now I'm your run of the mill Southern Baptist Italian Jewish kid who ends up in Palm Beach, Florida, and then Plant City, Florida, where I start going to a Baptist church because that's just what it was in my small town. Now, I enjoyed the youth group. At the same time, though, I'm going to catechism at the Catholic church across town, also enjoying that youth group. My sister in law felt it was her mission to make sure I ended up being confirmed and becoming a Catholic for life. Of course, growing up in a small Southern Baptist community, everybody was very focused on me being saved and being a good Christian. And I certainly benefited from being raised by those Christian beliefs as far as my morals and my values and knowing right from wrong. But at the same time, I wasn't happy with any of the religions I had been exposed to, inc- including Catholic and Baptist, and I didn't really identify with my Jewish heritage or culture on my dad's side, which came through his mother. So I told my parents, I'm done. No religion for me. I was in the eighth grade. They let me spend the next several months visiting every kind of church you could imagine. They brought me to everything from not Pentecostal, but Presbyterian, Episcopal. I went to a mosque, and they even brought me to a Unitarian church. And finally, one Sunday afternoon, I decided I was going to walk to the nearby Methodist church, which was a few blocks from my house. And I went there. And I thought to myself, well, this isn't really Catholic and this isn't really Baptist, but they're pretty cool. And at the end of the sermon, they let me sort of make my own decision. They didn't tell me how to think. But their teachings were based in the Bible and based in Christianity. And for me, for a long time, that worked. And I still consider myself Methodist. I'm not sure, to be dramatic or serious, if I'm truly washed in the blood as far as like a true Christian, but I do identify most with the Methodist Church at this point. However, within that component, shortly after that, my dad died, my family splintered, things got really, really bad. And I, for a long time there, just did not believe in anything. Then I moved to LA and decided to get back into the Methodist Church, but was a little bit too liberal for me in LA. Liberal for me, which is saying a lot. So then I get to Utah, where it's very Mormon. I mean, they literally run the state. And Mormon would also be considered the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. And I was told everybody will be your friend for 2 years, and then if you don't join, you'll have a different circle of friends. And I don't want to say that happened, because the Mormons are some of the finest individuals I've ever met, and they've taught me so much about myself, and they're good people. But again, this is not a religion I identify with, and it's not, my true religion. That doesn't even get into the Scientology thing from Florida and California and how crazy I went about that whole world and how it really messed with my mind knowing that people went in fully deep. And I've worked very hard on not judging the religions and the faith of others because I know now, and I've recently discovered through my ancestry stuff, that not only am I Italian and Greek, which triggers the Greek Orthodox, and I also have Jewish blood in me. I'm also from an area called the Levant, which is part of Palestine. So now I'm like, wow, this really kind of opens up the whole conversation here. So my question or my issue that I'm facing is there are so many different faiths and religions in the world, and so many of the conflicts historically that we've faced have been rooted in religion and what's right and what's wrong and what I believe and what they believe and she believes and he believes. And that doesn't even get into the modern day discussion of being conservative and being liberal and just the politics and the monetization of religion as a whole. Over time, I've become more spiritual. I've tried to take the best of everything that I've been exposed to and use that as my moral code, my moral compass. But with that being said, I still miss the camaraderie of a congregation or a faith. And I've tried Christian churches and casual churches, and I've tried many churches. And I'm finding that no church really speaks to me. But in the end, I'm not sure how important this decision is going to be impacting my mental health and finding a life purpose. Now, I know for many people, their faith or their religion is their purpose. That's a part of who I am, but it's not who I am. And I'm not disputing or refuting any one religion, because I don't think anyone has the right to do that. But what I am saying is that we all need to find a spiritual place, even if it's nature, that speaks to us and allows us to become the best possible version of ourselves. And those are the questions that I'm battling with on top of working on my mental health, financial, physical, and everything else. So thank you for letting me share this very personal YouTube video today. And I'm grateful for all of you, and thank you for all the new subscribers. I appreciate each time I get a new subscriber. That excites me. And you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.